What is up, YouTube? We're back at it. Hope you guys enjoyed that last video about the swim. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about the bike course. And let me just tell you, it's challenging. So swim was super easy, for an Ironman. And now you're going to tackle 116 miles of the Chattanooga / North Georgia area for the Ironman. So let's go ahead and dive in. Alrighty. So this is what I have for the bike course. It's about 116 miles of about, I would say, anywhere between 5,000 and 6,000 feet of elevation, depending on how drunk your Garmin is or your Wahoo or whatever. Here we go. So it starts down by the river, obviously, which is where transition is. Ignore my going back and forth in the beginning because I had mishaps for the race. So let me see if I can help you guys not have the same mishaps that I did. So anyway, like I said, you'll come into transition, from out of the water, run up here, grab your bike, and you're gonna come out down here. Jump on your bike, and this little section right here, I'll tell you what happened to me. I stuck my front wheel in one of the cracks. This is made out of concrete. So I stuck my front wheel in a crack and went straight down. Wasn't paying attention. I was trying to put my shoes on, a rookie move, and broke my front wheel. And then I threw the thing into the woods or on the grass. And anyway, came back to transition. They fixed my wheel, gave me another wheel, changed my tire, and then I went back out. So anyway, so when you come out of transition, just make sure, it's not bad. There's some big cracks, but just like when you ride over railroad tracks, go at an angle, just make sure you're not going parallel to the cracks. So you'll be fine. So come out and you go up this hill and then it flattens out. You'll go down this little bit of a hill. I'll tell you, this road's beat up. It's Chattanooga. They're beat up. They're made out of, it's concrete, old concrete, but I will say you have space. It's a 4-lane road with a median part of the way, and you have space to watch out for other people, because you could be congested going out onto the bike course in a 1-lane road, but you won't have to worry about that here. What you'll have to worry about is the railroad tracks. And there's some, I'd say about right here is the first set of railroad tracks, and I'll tell you from past experience, anytime you go to railroad tracks in Chattanooga, get out of aero and put your hands up on the hoods and distribute weight evenly. Make sure everything you got is tied down on the bike, because when you hit those bumps, they go flying. Those are rocket launchers. You will see a bottle or two on the ground from someone who was not prepared when they went over the bike. Went over the railroad tracks. Anyway, you'll come out, it'll keep curving around, and then you'll go over, you'll turn left turn right onto Market, and you start heading out. You come over this little bridge here, which is a Chattanooga Creek. I never even knew the name of that. But anyway, then you'll go down the hill, and then there's another set of railroad tracks. Right as the road goes from like 4-lane to kind of like 2-lane, there's another set of railroad tracks. For the 70.3, they put a big old piece of wood over it. I'm not sure what they'll do for the full, but there was a piece of wood, which could be dangerous for if it's raining, which I doubt it will be. It'll probably be at 1,000,000 degrees, which is like it's typically, but just be cognizant. There's some railroad tracks right there. You go down, you'll come up, go around the cemetery, make a hard left and then a right, and then you're on St. Elmo, and St. Elmo is beat up too. So be careful. There's a bike lane. I would not get in that bike lane. Just make sure you're riding, with your eyes open completely, because there's some cracks, potholes. There might be debris, on the road, but this is also my least favorite section right through here. So, but once you get into Georgia, you have some nice, really, really nice pavement. And this is where you can really get going. There's another set of railroad tracks, but they're nowhere near as bad. It's kind of right here where this bend is. They're nowhere near as bad. You'll come out, it's a big, nice road. It's a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit through here, so you can imagine, even on a bike, you can go pretty fast. It's mostly flat, you know, there'd be some false flats, but for the most part, this section right here, you can get going and go and go and go. And it's beautiful. I mean, you'll start to see the mountains on the right-hand side, and then you're cooking along, and then once you get here, you'll see Dollar General, and this is where you'll turn around, you know, for the cycle loop, or head back for the after you're done with the cycle loop. And then the road starts to narrow right through here, and then it becomes more like rollers. Now, rollers aren't bad. I mean, there's probably two sets of rollers where you may have to come out of your saddle or go in a small ring. I would highly recommend being easy on these rollers. Don't go fast, because on the second loop, those rollers become mountains and your legs start getting heavy, you know. So keep going. There's about mile 15. There's a little aid station. You'll come through something that kind of looks like a little village, but I don't know, if maybe just a handful of houses all to get together. And there'll be a section where they're passing out water, Gatorade, or whatever they normally do. You keep going through. You go through a four-way stop, and then you'll turn onto. You keep coming down, and then eventually, where is Cove Road? I think that's it here. You'll turn on the Cove Road, about right here. I think. Anyway, you'll keep going. I mean, it's basically a straight shot. You know, here's Cove Road. So it'll curve around, but you'll stay to your left. The road here gets a little more. This is completely paved because it's a highway. It's a state highway, but this is more of a, you know, county road or whatever you want to call it. And the roads kind of get a little less nice through here. So. But I mean, it's basically you're riding. It's not bad. I mean, there might be some small rollers, but it's nothing to really worry about. You'll just keep going. It's another 10, 15 miles. There'll be a section here for another aid station, and you'll keep going. But down once you get through here into here, there'll be pastures. You'll see cows, all that stuff, for a good 500-600 yards. And then you'll pass that and you'll see mountains off in the distance, like you see here. And then there's a nice, well, I won't say nice, there is a little hill here that you'll get out of the saddle, or you know, spin up all the way to here, and then you'll come down and you'll be screaming down. You can see right here, once you get here, you'll start screaming down the hill, and then all of a sudden, boom, right here, you got to make this hard left. You can navigate it if you know exactly where it is, but they're gonna have cones all the way through here. You don't want to miss this and have to turn around and go back up a little bit of a hill. So hit the brakes a little bit if you have to, but let your momentum make you go left right through here. But it's more than a 90-degree turn, so you know, just be careful right through there, because you'll be going 25, 30 miles an hour if you want to right through there, because you just climbed a little hill. Once you get on the backside of the course, it's flying. You can fly. This is where you pick up all your speed right through here. There's no real climbs. I mean, there's some short rollers that you can really carry your momentum through. You come all the way through here. This is going to be a screamer right here. I've done 40 miles an hour right through here. You can see like right there. So you can see as you're coming down, it's a nice little descent. It's about 38 miles. Problem is, Ironman puts a aid station right here. So you have to make a decision. Do I slow down right through here and grab aid, or do I just keep my head down and use all that momentum to get to to the end of this road and then turn right. I'd say on the first lap, I may have skipped this one, but on the second lap, I definitely grabbed something right there. Because, you're going to need it. The bike course is tough, but the run course is even tougher. So you turn right here, go around. You kind of lose a little momentum right here. It's a little bit of a hill or falls flat, but mostly it's just nice riding all the way through here. This will feel great on the first loop, but don't go too hard because it gets painful on the second lap. You'll come all the way through. There's not really anywhere to, any climbs to even, think about all the way through here until you get into Chickamauga. And coming into Chickamauga, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is the easiest ride I've ever done. This is awesome. I'm loving life. I feel like a speed racer coming through here. You'll hit this little corner right here, go around some ball fields, and you're like, yeah. And you'll see people cheering you on, and this is where special needs will be, downtown Chickamauga. And then you come out of Chickamauga and you go past the cemetery and you make this left, and you kind of lose all your momentum that you just had for the last 10 miles. And I call this the climb out of Chickamauga. It's falls flats. There's no momentum way to like really hammer through here. It's like falls flats and then it kicks up. It's just a beater, just 1%, 2% here, nothing, no downhills through here. And it just winds. So you're going to lose a lot of speed here, right through here, but just be aware of it. And then you'll see a little tiny hill. It's nothing serious because you've really climbed the whole way. Through a false flat and a little bit of an incline. And then come up to the top of the hill, and then it is a screamer. I love this section right through here. It's every bit of, you can hit 40 miles an hour. It's a straight shot too. I typically will come out here when I'm riding by myself or riding with friends. We're racing cars through here. But down here at the bottom, there can be there's been a pothole there before, so just be careful. Yes, keep the hands off the brakes, but no, don't close your eyes. Make sure you're watching the road. You'll go around, it'll start slowing down to about 30 miles an hour or 25 miles an hour and 20 miles an hour. And then there's a little hill here, and then when you get to here, it's all the way downhill again. And then there'll be another aid station right about here. That's a good one. I make sure I hit that one. Even for the 70.3, I'm hitting that aid station really hard right there, because once you're here, there's maybe like about 10 miles to go to get back, 10, 15 miles to get back into town. You turn left, make that second lap, and I'll be honest with you, everything that was easy on this first lap becomes harder on the second lap. Those rollers become more like mountains if you went super hard on that first lap. But all of this is about 47 miles. So you do this again, make the second lap. Chickamauga won't seem as easy the second time coming through. That climb will seem a little harder. The climb down here will be much harder. And then come back into town. You'll come through here again. Aid stations are at the exact same spots as before. And you'll come back into town, coming through Georgia. You'll hit that same area, St. Elmo, that road, turn, make a right, make a left, go all the way back in. I typically, I will ride easier through here, this section, coming back in, kind of shutting it down, treating it more like a road bike almost, and start preparing for the run. But make sure you're taking in nutrition all the way back through here. Don't do what I've done in the past and be like, oh, if I can go a little bit faster, I can round this up to 22 miles an hour. I can round it up to 21 miles an hour. No, everything you gain here, you will lose on the run. So hit the nutrition if you can, your stomach, and if it's time for you to eat, drink, whatever, you know, stretch your back out a little bit, you know, just be ready for that run, because once you get off the bike, now it's time to run. And, you know, this is basically 5 miles, and that last 5 miles is a great opportunity for you to either catch up on your nutrition or start preparing mentally and physically for the run. You know, stretch out that back, get everything ready to go for the run. Anyway, that's all I got for the bike. I know it was a little bit long-winded, but it's 116 miles and there's a lot of information right here. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget the like button, subscribe. I only need like 8,000 more to get to 1,000. So yeah, help me out, guys. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.